السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على خاتم الأنبياء والمرسلين وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. We look into the book of Sirah today, and we look at one specific aspect of it. When a group of unbelievers came to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and they made an offer to him, a very strange offer. I cannot introduce it to you just like the Sheikh did, because once I talk about the specific words that he used, I have to explain to you what they are. But they came in with this offer to him. They said, we will not believe with you. We will not believe with you or believe in you until you give us certain characteristics that we will be priding ourselves among the Arabs. So we'll be proud and, we'll be dignified, and we have that special status among the Arabs. They want to have special status among the Arabs. So they asked for three things. The first word they used is called لا نحشر, and I'll explain that. لا نحشر ولا نجبر. And then they said, whatever riba that belongs to us, any riba that belonged to us, that we did before, then it belonged to us. I mean, nobody can deny that from us. But any riba that we owe to people, it has to be dismissed. See the contradiction here? The other thing, they asked that he alayhi salatu wasalam will allow 1 year for Allah wal Uzza, the idols that used to be worshipped at that time, to be worshipped 1 year. Every other year. So they will be getting all the slaughtering, all the gifts and stuff like this. And also that he will make the valley that they live in a sacred valley, just like he made Mecca, because of the Kaaba in it, as a sacred place. Of course, Allah Azza wa Jalla replied to them in the Quran. And he replied to the Prophet ﷺ that they almost try to test you or trial you or make fitna in you. But if we go back to the offer that they offered the Prophet ﷺ, when they say we want certain characteristics, so we'll be proud of ourselves among the Arabs, and the three conditions they put, la nuhshar, meaning we will not go out in jihad with you. So we will not go and fight with you. So they, that part of jihad, they don't have to. The second one, nu'ashar, which is 1/10, which is the percentage of zakah that they have to pay out of agriculture. In the agriculture, of course, there's a certain limit. It's different than the 2.5% that you pay for your money. And of course, it all depends whether it has too many things. But in general, they want to get out of paying zakah. They don't want to pay the zakah. The third one, la nijba. Al-jabi means we do not prostrate or bow down to Allah Azza wa Jalla, which means they don't want to pray. They want special prayers like Salat al-Janaza, where they just stand up, 3 verses, and that's it. They do not bow to nobody or prostrate to nobody. So in other words, they don't want to pray. So 3 things they don't want. They don't want to do jihad, no zakah, and no prayers, no salah. Well, the Prophet, the Shaykh has explained it when he went through these 3 things. When he came to the riba, the Prophet ﷺ stood at the last sermon that he did, and he said that the blood of al-Jahiliyyah, so there will be no more revenge, and also the riba of al-Jahiliyyah. So anything that was before that moment has all been put out. Everything will void. Nobody could claim a riba or revenge on somebody because of any fighting that happened before that moment of Hajjat al-Wada', which is the last ceremony or the last Hajj the Prophet ﷺ did. And the first riba that he puts is the riba of Al-Abbas, his uncle, Ibn Abd al-Muttalib. So he started with his family to show people that when the law applies, it applies to everybody, beginning with the family. Like the families don't get special status just because they're close to anyone in position. There is a statement. There is a statement that somebody narrated as it's a hadith, and they use into making a lot of fatwas nowadays, which says لا ربا between, there's no riba between a Muslim and non-Muslim. Meaning, this hadith really, what they're saying again, the same thing these people are saying. Well, when we are dealing with non-Muslims, it's okay for us to benefit from them. It's okay for us to charge them the riba, but it's not okay for them to charge us the riba. So if there's an increase where there's a benefit to us, we'll accept it. But if there's a benefit to the non-Muslim, no, it's not. And this is, of course, injustice. Islam came with justice, where it's fair for both parties in any contract. So this really contradicts the basic things of justice, and it contradicts what Allah said in Surah Al-Mutaffifin about the inequality and the way people do when they are selling or buying. When it's to their benefit, they increase the scale and reduce it when it's to others. Inshallah, the Shaykh will discuss an ayah, and then we'll discuss the lessons that we can learn from it, inshallah.